Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff.
Are you kidding me? Did you not get the memo?
Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Can't wait. Oh, yeah.
I got a few comments during the break. We're let's have some fun here. We're gonna go off the board here in a moment. And Trisha Brace Smith, let me get that correct. One of the fabulous hosts at Transform You Radio says Fido's okay, but win for the Cowboys. No, dear. 49ers are gonna win. Period. And okay. That's all I'll say. I'll save the rest for Friday when we do our Super Wildcard Weekend preview. Jolene up in Seattle says, I hate to say this, but I'm cheering for your 49ers since my Seahawks aren't in it. Good. There's always room on the bandwagon. No, I'm teasing as I say that. I'm teasing her very much as I say that. Does not make a fan. She just, but would like them to go to the Super Bowl. They're not only going to go to the Super Bowl; they're going to win the damn thing. I told you at the top of the show. I'm emptying the clip.
You sound just like my manager. Right, just like her.
Barbershop Jay got back to me. He said, yeah, folks are sleeping on them Niners. They look like an underrated problem. That run game and physicality is unmatched. Didn't you just say that in the last segment?
Yeah.
Didn't you just say?
I mean, there isn't a team in NFC that has that physicality. Name a team. The closest team that comes to them in physicality would be the Eagles, but it's not quite as what's the word? Honed. It's not quite.
It's not quite there. It's not quite there yet. In a year or two, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
But it's not quite there yet. But they do have the physicality, but not like the 49ers.
Which is their calling card.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely their calling card.
Yeah, they're the most physical team in the NFC easily, and that's going to be a problem because you can play physical ball anywhere. And I think people do not understand that.
Imagine if the 49ers win and have to go to Green Bay.
Now remember earlier this year, this wonderful team that finished 13-4 and was a problem with everybody. They went to Santa Clara and they had to squeak out a 30-28 victory.
30-28 win.
It took a key third down conversion.
Two of them
from Rodgers.
Two of them.
Yes, sir, two of them on the last drive. It took two of them on the last drive just to have the chance for them to win it. Otherwise,
1 for 12. 1 for 12 and 1 for 17.
Right. Otherwise, we'd be talking about the 49ers saying, "Well, the Packers may have had a successful season, but the 49ers beat them." And I believe they can because they have the game to do it.
The 49ers are the most dangerous team to come out of the NFC. All right, let's get off the board for a minute. You know what I did when I came in last night? I had a rough night at work. My wife calmed me down. I plugged in some old game show episodes.
Okay.
I went Card Sharks. I went Price is Right. I went Match Game. And it comes to this question of the day. I got Jay Spivey coming in 8 minutes. What was your go-to game show? And I'm not talking about these that are out now. I'm talking about the good ones.
The go-to game show.
I have I just named a few of them for me.
You know, when I was young, and when I mean young, I'm talking about like 5, 6, 7. Tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
I love that game.
Yes. And of course, Joker's Wild with that.
Joker's Wild, and I didn't really get with Joker's Wild until later in grammar school. But I did love Joker's Wild as well.
Yep.
I
See, you already bringing fire. You said tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Look, like I
know my
said,
game
all the
shows.
old. I know you do. I know you do, and I know folks out there that are tuning in know them as well. So let's hear it. Text the show. You see the number on your screen. If you're listening to us audibly, 919-247-3622. That's your text number. Or join us on YouTube or Facebook and let us know what was your go-to game show or game shows. I just named a few of mine. Cole Johnson brought the fire with Tic-Tac-Doe.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how can you not love Tic-Tac-Toe? How can you not love Password Plus with
Password Plus.
Alan Ludden?
You see, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Tom Kennedy later on after Alan Ludden passed.
Yeah, I caught it with him.
I caught it with Alan Ludden. I caught it with both Alan Ludden and later on Tom Kennedy.
Yeah.
What else?
Now I satiated my great grandmother with The Price is Right.
Yes.
The show was okay, but I definitely love Bob Barker. I mean, if I were to say Bob Barker sucked, I'd be a liar.
Who didn't want to come through those doors every morning?
Right.
Come on, every guy growing up, and not just because of the beauties either, but just because of the job alone. Who didn't want to come through the doors? I know I did. That was my dream job. My first dream job was to host a game show. My first dream job was to host The Price is Right. All right, let me be real. That's why I look at Drew Carey. I'm thinking, dog, do you realize how precious of a position you hold right now? He knows. And kudos to Drew Carey. He's made it his own.
Oh yeah, I'm glad he didn't.
He's made it his own.
I'm glad he didn't try to follow Bob's blueprint. Yeah, I'm glad about that.
He did for like the first few shows, but then, and it takes a while to find your own identity. Hell, my favorite play-by-play announcer is Jim Durham.
Right.
There you go. It took a while for him to find his own identity, but he did. And I happened to catch the 50th anniversary show. Awesome. Awesome. Just plain awesome.
Yeah, I think he's found his stride now.
He has.
Yeah.
It's taken a while, but he found his identity in doing that show. There was Name That Tune with there was Tom Kennedy and later Jim Lang. Jim Lang started hosting it in 1984.
You got to park it right there.
Go for it.
I did. It took games like that for me to realize how much I love music. Yeah. And my mother loved that game show. Of course, I got hooked because she was watching it, and I loved seeing people try to guess tunes in 5 notes or less.
Bid a Note was my favorite game on that show. Bid a Note was my favorite game. Melody Roulette. They switched the second game because in '84 the second game was Tune Topics, right? And then of course Bid a Note, and of course the Golden Medley. I love when they played for all the marbles when they had the Golden Medley Showdown. Yeah, and that was on the '84 version. You had the 2 best players come back, and the best players come back. They played in the tournament all week, and the finalists would play Golden Medley Showdown. You had the Pyramid with Dick Clark.
Yeah, that was good. I liked it. I liked the Pyramid.
Here's a fun fact for you. The nighttime version was hosted by Bill Cullen. When they increased the amount to $25,000, Bill Cullen hosted that.
That's right. Okay.
Bill Cullen hosted that. You know what got me hooked on video games? There was a show called Starcade with Jeff Edwards. And they would...
I've heard that in a minute.
There you go. They had all the old school video games there. All of them. Everything from Pac-Man to Zaxxon to Super Zaxxon. And this next one's for you, Pole Position.
Oh, man. One of my favorite video games of all time.
You know,
I make no bones about that.
What's bad for me, I hated Pole Position 2 but I played the hell out of it. Whenever I would go into an arcade in Chicago and they had pole position 2, I would scream at the top of my lungs, I hate that game. And what do you think happened? I wound up playing 4 of them.
You wanted to play it more, yeah.
Wound up blowing my allowance on those games. There was an old store called Zare in Chicago.
Okay.
Had Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong Jr., and pole position.
Ooh.
The only part about that store was when I had to go there with my parents. And I couldn't sneak away to play a video game. One, because Dad wasn't having it, and 2, he would give me a quarter and say, "Go play."
No. Oh no.
Uh-oh. What'd you find?
No. It's not what I found. We must have been separated from birth.
Oh no. What? What's up?
Whenever I would go shopping with my parents when I was in grammar school and the beginning of junior high, I really did not want to be around them. I wanted to go to arcades. I wanted to so bad to do that. But when I was 9 and 10, my parents were like, "Nope."
Parents
would started about 11, 12. They're like, "Okay, fine. Just meet us back wherever we had to."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at first, Mom and Dad wasn't having it.
No,
they weren't having it.
Oh my gosh,
they weren't having it. Can't say I blame them, but they weren't having it.
Yeah, I don't blame them now either.
I don't blame them. But when I got older, I'm like, just meet us back here. And if you didn't have your ass back there, your ass was grass.
Yes. One. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you didn't have your ass back at that meeting place, your ass was grass when you got home.
It was grass. My father made sure that threat was not a threat. It was a promise.
That was a guarantee. That was a guarantee. It's like the streetlights rule. Be in the house when the streetlights were on.
Oh my gosh. Verbatim, man. Verbatim.
Be in the house when the streetlights were on.
And if it's